Ohai. Lhasa, the city district in the Tibetan Autonomous Region of the People's Republic of China, the location of the government of the autonomous area, the former capital of the independent Tibetan state. What is often called the city of Lhasa, the historical capital of Tibet, is a modern region of Chengguan of the city district Lhasa. Lhasa is also traditional residence of Dalai Lama. Literally in translation from Tibetan, Lhasa means the place of gods. Pronunciation Lhasa follows Old Tibetan. Aspiration. In the modern language the Lhasa is said. The accent falls on the second syllable. Lhasa. Chinese. And to English. Lhasa, H isn't said. 2 languages. Lhasa is in the Lhasa Valley. Mountains around the valley rise by height of 5,500 m and above. Through the city the Kichu River inflow of Brahmaputra flows. In Lhasa mountain climate with big daily fluctuations of temperature. In the afternoon rather warmly, at night it is cold. High level of solar radiation during the whole year is characteristic of the city. On legends, the second emperor of Tibet Sonsen Gampo, living in the first half of the 7th century, made Lhasa the capital. But documents of the time say that the capital of Tibet then constantly moved. In the downtown still then the monastery Jokang, which is the main place of a pilgrimage in Lhasa, also now was built. The city began to grow and prosper after foundation of 3 large monasteries of school Gelugpa as a result of activity of a Lama of Tsongkhapa and his pupils in the 15th century. These are the monasteries Ganden. Also Drepong is grey. A. Dalai Lama 5 Lobsang Gyatso. Lobsang Gamcho. 1617-1682. Subordinated Tibet and transferred the administrative center to Lhasa. Then he began to build the Potala Palace. The construction was completed in several years after his death. From now on Lhasa became the full-fledged political capital of Tibet. Lhasa, the head of the tribe of Hoshit, belonging to Oirata, captured Lhasa in 1705. Tibetans asked for the help the Aratsky Khan from notable Chorasov clan, the head of the Aratsky Dungarian Khanate, who sent the 6,000 army under Surend Kondup's command, which broke army of Lhasa and captured Lhasa in 1717. Europeans got into Lhasa seldom. By 1951 a half of the city consisted of monks. The general population was about people. In addition, about 15,000 people inhabited neighboring monasteries. In 1960 the administrative device of Tibet was changed to all Chinese manners. The city district Lhasa, in which the former city of Lhasa became the region of Chengguan, was formed. Besides him 7 more counties were a part of the district. In 1964 the part of the territory of the special region of Angori, therefore the number of counties in the city district Lhasa reached 11, was transferred to structure of the city district Lhasa. In 2016 the county of Dialangshan was transformed to the area of city submission. In 2017 the county of Dags was transformed to the area of city submission. Now in economy, the great value was gained by the tourism industry. Tourists are attracted by the unique Potala Palace, temples and natural landscapes, and also the Tibetan villages, agricultural areas and pastures, the centers of national crafts with characteristic local features. In 2020, Lhasa was visited by more than Chinese and foreign tourists, and tourism revenues of the city were 30.1 billion yuans, $4.64 billion US. Aboriginals of Lhasa and the valley are busy with traditional agriculture and cattle breeding. Lhasa is also a large market of local crafts. Years in vicinities Lhasa, the chemical and automobile plants worked hard. Their remoteness allowed to pollute the environment with the minimum restrictions, but recently the situation changes. Extraction of copper, tin and zinc is nearby conducted. The population of the region of Chengwen makes about Card people, and the general population of all city district Lhasa minus Card, including migrants and excepting military garrison. Card. The person migrants make. On a census of 2000 of 81.6% of the population ethnic Tibetans make. This number doesn't include soldiers and informal migrants whose most Chinese. By estimates of the Tibetan government in exile, ethnic Tibetans in the city of Lhasa make minority. Recently there took place significant liberalization of economy of China. Many Chinese lodged also in the vicinity of Lhasa, having made active local economy. Historical monuments of Lhasa represent huge value for world culture. It is certainly the Potala Palace, the central temple Jokhain, monasteries Drepon, Surat and Ganden, the monastery Ramosh, the summer palace of Dalai Lama Norbulink, the unique mosque in the Tibetan architectural style, historical Barker Street and many other sites. However, many cultural monuments were destroyed or suffered before and during the Cultural Revolution. For pilgrims in Lhasa there are 3 circular routes for a ritual round. Warg. Of the holy sites, it is the cycle Nankar in the temple Jokhain, circular Barker Street on the old city, covering quarter with the temple Jokhain, and an external circle linker around all city. In addition, pilgrims bypass the Potala Palace. During Bark, pilgrims make prodeletings, spin prayer wheels and read mantras. After modernization of the city, an external circle linker ceased to be used. According to official data in 2004, Tibet was visited by card tourists. The government of China assumes increase in number of tourists by 2020 to 20 million. The considerable number of tourists will be made by Chinese. Supporters of expansion of the autonomy of Tibet consider that the excessive number of tourists will lead to harmful consequences for unique Tibetan culture and to creation on the place of cultural monuments of artificial Disneylands. The city services the Gongar Airport, which is at distance of 62 km. In October 2005, the construction of the 1,080-kilometer Qinghai Railroad to Lhasa was completed. In 2006, on her passenger traffic began. In the city, the largest railway station of this highway is located. Daily 3 trains come and go from Lhasa. The train Z goes from Beijing Western. The road takes 40 hours 13 min. Departure from Beijing 20 o'clock. Arrival in Lhasa at 12:30. The ticket costs from 360 yuans. Seat. 763 a berth in the hard-seated car and 1186 yuans a berth in a first-class carriage. The return train Z goes from Lhasa at 15:30 and arrives in Beijing at 8:20. Time in a way of 40 hours 50 min. There are also trains from the cities of Chengdu, Chongqing, Guangzhou, Lhasa and Xining. Because of a big difference of heights on this route, passengers risk to get sick with a mountain disease. For prevention, cars are provided with additional oxygen ventilation, and passengers can ask a personal oxygen mask. In 2014, the railroad Lhasa, Shigadzi expanding possibilities of trips deep into of Tibet opened. The train Z goes from Lhasa at 8:30 and arrives in Shigadzi at 11:25, Z goes at 15:20 and arrives at 17:59. Cost of the ticket of the lowest class of 40.5 yuans. Return trains. Z goes from Shigadzi at 12:05 and arrives at 14:40, Z goes at 18:40 and arrives at 21:33. Also far. Write comments. Read comments. Interesting people will tell interesting stories. All of good mood and good luck.